called a rap air horn.
Rap horn, yeah.
Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
Yeah, that one.
that?
And Uncle Nick.
I like that one. Of Pizza Time. For May 15th, 2015, I'm your host, Zach Rotello. Joining me is Aaron Matheus.
Hello.
And Paul.
Oh, what up?
And today we're coming back for our second week in a row. Timed.
Yep.
So we're making a good time, you know?
We're
already committing. So
How about that?
We've already got this Friday's show lined up. And Friday's show is successfully live on iTunes. So
what up?
You can
Today we released an episode. We're starting recording for next week.
So we're in the future. We're speaking to you from the past right now.
Dude.
Yeah, mine freak.
With a hoodie on.
We don't have a whole lot to talk about today. It's probably going to end up being a pretty short episode, but we're going to give you the news that you care about and all the things that you love. But
short compared to last week, but last week was an extra special edition.
Little bit of a comeback episode.
Yes.
Yes, the band always goes on a big tour when they come back.
We had a lot to talk about last week.
We did have a lot. There was a lot we missed.
Happened, yeah.
Uh-huh. In 9 months, you can miss a lot, surprisingly.
Not as much happens in a week, unfortunately.
No. But for those of you that don't know, we are the Pizza Time, and we come together every week, 3 of our best friends here, and we talk about video games, movies, entertainment, life questions, morals, stuff. We can talk about
just a bunch of stuff.
We can talk about how my road is under construction, and
you got a big old hole.
We got a hole in my front yard. Yeah,
pit.
Yeah, we. I fell into. And it's getting really bad because no one's doing anything on it, so it's just a hole and nothing. No one's fixing it.
A lot of reconnoitering.
Yes, exactly. There was a porta potty out there, and so surprise, believe it or not, that does not help the aesthetic of the neighborhood.
Really?
Porta potty. You would think so.
Who'd have thunk?
Who'd have thunk it? Today on Pizza Time, we have a few great topics to talk to you guys about. We're going to talk to you guys about Wolverine. We're going to talk a little bit about Fallout, maybe a little bit about Windows 10.
What?
We got some topics going on, but let's get right down to business.
We got some pepperonis
with some hot toppings.
We got some hot toppings.
That's right. First up on the hot toppings list, we're going to jump right into it. A Fallout 4 trailer was posted to some dumbass's LinkedIn profile.
What?
So Bethesda was trying to keep Fallout 4 under wraps. Supposedly that was their big E3 announcement.
Gotcha.
And then Fallout 4 cinematic trailer is listed on a GC artist LinkedIn profile. This article that I'm reading comes from PC Gamer, and it says a 3D artist contracted to Guillermo del Toro's production company, Miranda Studios, has listed a cinematic trailer for Fallout 4 in his LinkedIn profile, reports Video Gamer. So grab that pile of salt. It's pinching time. Quotes the editor. So Fallout 4.
All right.
So Fallout 4 is pretty much. I mean, we can. I don't know. I mean, unless this guy's just blatantly lying on their job applications and on their on their resume, like many of us do, right? We lie on all of our resumes. You wouldn't have got any job without it, right?
Right.
Because you have listed down that you were the regional champs for the Lakeland Spears shoot off, right?
Yeah. Well, I think we all have that on there.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I
and also the Melon Cats won the national championship.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
So.
Let me ask you, is the Melon Cats Twitter still active?
I lost the password a lot.
I
would like to get back on it, but I just don't know the password.
Yeah.
I know the account name because I follow the account, but password has escaped me. Possibly forever.
Alright. Well, so Fallout 4, what do we think about this? Did you guys play Fallout?
I played Fallout 3 and New Vegas.
Which one did you like better between the two?
Well, I played more of New Vegas
Okay.
because I actually owned that.
Oh, all right.
I played a little bit of 3, like at a friend's houses,
Sure.
and I think we borrowed it for a little bit. But I like New Vegas.
I like New Vegas a lot more. I think.
Yeah,
Personal, but
I think it was fun. I mean, as far as games like that go, like that kind of gameplay, and
open
stuff,
world RPG.
Well, like even like that developer,
Oh, okay.
like
Bethesda.
because they made like Skyrim
Yeah.
and Elder Scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
I like Skyrim better,
Mm-hmm.
but
I
I
would agree.
think Fallout is a very unique experience.
Sure.
Like it's pretty much Skyrim with guns and like in like a wasteland.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting. It's
Yeah.
fun to play, but
Yes. So this
No.
isn't really exciting for you as
I mean-
their big E3 announcement.
no.
Because people are saying that the next Elder Scrolls game is a long way off, especially since we just got ESO.
Yep.
So Fallout 4.
I think
For me, I think I'm excited about it just because I'm digging. I really want to get into a PS4 RPG. You know,
yeah,
we haven't had one yet.
that would be cool.
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
Bloodborne was the closest thing to it. Which Bloodborne is still my game of the year so far. But that was as close to an RPG as we really have on the platform because there's not really a whole lot else out there. But I would love to see imagine what they could do with. What they did with Skyrim on the PS3 and 360 is amazing. Imagine what they could do on the PS4.
Yeah.
and that's super
Dude.
exciting.
Elsewhere. That's where they got to go next. Elder Scrolls Elsewhere.
Mm.
That's Khajiit Homeland. Easily Khajiit every time.
Yeah.
Every time I make a character in Elder Scrolls, I'm like, I'm gonna pick a different race.
Mm.
And I start making it, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to Khajiit.
Yeah.
Just go right back every time.
Alright.
I just can't not be Khajiit.
What if they released a DLC expansion that was just like Kashyyyk, all that stuff, just like skins, maps, everything.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as it's got Khajiit in it.
As long as it got
So-
Kashyyyk.
What if you had an army of Khajiit
Mm.
just
That'd be
following
sick.
people around?
I mean, in Skyrim, I always go for Ksharo. He's the Khajiit companion that you can get. I think you might be able to get another one, but Ksharo's just the dude. He's a
Charles
beast.
the man.
You just find his moon amulet, you give it back, and he's just like, "Hey, I'll follow you." It's like, glad to have you, dude.
Awesome.
Yeah, easily.
So Paul, you have no strong opinions about Fallout.
I've never played it.
Never played any of them.
Nope.
You played Skyrim though, right?
Nope.
No. Did you try any of like Skyrim or anything like that?
I think I've maybe played it for like
Played around
5
with it.
minutes.
Those games not really draw you in.
Not really.
Not really. Is it like the story elements or is it the gameplay?
Well, I never really had Skyrim.
Oh,
Like my
okay.
brother bought Skyrim for the Xbox.
Sure. I really enjoyed Skyrim on my 360. I played the hell out of that thing.
Yep.
I must have sunk at least 100 hours into it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Fallout I never really got into though. I'm feeling this is my
Yeah.
jump in point, you know?
Well, that's the thing too. Like, that's why I like Skyrim and stuff better, because I did like New Vegas, but I didn't get as into it as Skyrim.
Yeah. And more people know the lore of Skyrim, I'd say,
Yeah.
than Fallout. So,
Yeah.
especially in our time. But speaking of DLC, with the Kashyyyk DLC over there,
Mm.
I want to talk about a little bit of Towerfall Ascension DLC that we've been playing tonight.
It's a blast.
Towerfall Ascension. If you haven't played it, play it.
It's a gem.
It's
It is a gem.
very awesome gameplay.
Mhm.
Very smooth.
Yes.
Very unique.
Mm-hmm. I've never played a fighting game like it.
No.
And really, I think it's like a pioneer of its kind, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, there are really no arena-based 8-bit games in that sort of fashion. And it's just it's so fast-paced and
And the
interesting.
DLC
Yes.
made it like 10 times better.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be good, but
So the DLC updated last Tuesday, and I went into the store and I picked it up. It was $10, and you get 4 new basic maps that go around for the multiplayer. You get a bunch of new characters, like 3 or 4 new characters, and then each one of the characters have an alternate skin. So it changes it up a little bit more. You know, it makes it nice. And then the best part is it finally added more than 2-player co-op, which people have been obviously clamoring for, and they got it, and it's awesome. Like, it works just as well as you would think it would.
it's awesome.
Even better.
Yeah.
Even
Like
better.
2-player co-op was so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
But with one more person really makes it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we tried, and the other thing I forgot to mention is that it adds the legendary difficulty. So can we talk about legendary for just 1 second?
My God.
My God.
Pretty difficult.
My God.
It's
say
like
the least.
It's legendary. I mean,
another way to describe it.
self-named.
it's just one big cluster, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like from the second that match starts, it's just like you got guys coming on you from every single corner, and
And it's different every time.
Mhm.
Even if you die and restart,
Yep.
they'll spawn in different parts,
Yeah.
or like a different amount will spawn.
yeah.
So like you don't know what's gonna happen, but like sometimes they all spawn at the same
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
It's like you
Nothing
can't.
you can do.
They just wreck you.
And it's a very different dynamic with 3 people because, like you were saying, it's a lot easier sometimes because you got more people to, hone in on different people at different enemies at the same time.
Right.
But it's also challenging because we noticed that we were killing each other a lot,
Yeah.
like unintentionally, of course, but like stray arrow across the map, all of a sudden you got a guy
Or you-
down.
Shoot a blob and somebody just jumps up on the other side of the blob and it just goes right through and
Yep.
just sneeps him.
But they added the nice feature for Dark World mode, not the regular mode. The regular mode is still the same, but for Dark World mode, you can revive your friends
Yes.
instead of having a finite number of lives.
That's really nice.
It is really nice. Now you have a finite amount of continues.
Yes.
If all players die, you have a finite amount of continues. But I feel like that's a better system than the lives.
Yeah.
It's a lot
Yeah.
more. I think it makes the game. It flows a lot better
Yeah.
than having to consistently restart every single time. So.
It's
I really
really
enjoyed that.
nice. It's really nice.
So far I'm pretty happy with all the DLC that I purchased this year, being Mario Kart, Towerfall, and I think that's it. I haven't purchased Mewtwo, I guess you could say. For
Yeah, but you
3DS,
didn't
and
purchase that.
I
'cause
didn't
you
purchase it. I got it for free, like how many people did for the Wii U and 3DS versions. So, Club Nintendo, that was a thing. But
Yeah. So DLC this year, I would
Yeah.
agree, is pretty nice.
and I'm very much enjoying Towerfall. Even by myself, I was having fun wrecking the. And 2 more things about Towerfall: the music is awesome still. And the bosses that they've added for Dark World mode are super cool, and they're all really unique, and I think that's really awesome. And see, boss fights are like a really special, you know.
Mhm.
And so I like the ones in Towerfall a lot. I think they added good variety.
They were crazy,
Mhm.
for sure.
The one dude with the 2 cement blocks is just a brat, you know.
Crushes you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to watch those things.
It's a lot of
And-
dodging. It's a lot of careful timing.
Yep. And that one you sneak each other a lot too. Like we were
you do.
we were shooting each other a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
But-
Well, moving along on the hot toppings list. I was waiting for Paul to sing, but
Oh, my second hot toppings. Hot topping.
you tired, buddy?
Yeah.
You're fading out. Yeah,
I'm
drowsy.
telling you,
You're
dude.
gonna fall asleep on this mic.
I hope I don't fall asleep right
Here,
here.
I got a Mexicoke right here. Drink a little bit of this.
Oh, Dankeschön.
Oh, Donka, dude.
Shonka, dude.
All right. 2-bit, I hear you got a topic for us. in the
I
hot
do.
topic. Lay it on it.
I was thinking this might be a better time to discuss a little later, but I mean I've been pretty into it lately. Brandon Flowers.
Yeah.
Released.
Oh,
He's
okay.
got 4
cool.
new singles.
Cool. We're doing some
And,
music talk.
Yeah,
Music talk.
throw
Here we
some
go.
music in them.
Here we go.
A bunch.
Bring it on.
So I was thinking maybe wait for his full album, but his songs he's released so far are just so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm loving them,
Mm-hmm.
and so I just figured we might as well talk about these 4, and maybe when the full album comes about.
Yeah,
comes
give
out.
a little music talk. I like it. So I heard the first song I heard from the new record. It was the first single, which is
Can't Deny
"Can't Deny My Love," and I liked that one right off the bat. I thought it was really catchy, really cool.
Yep.
Definitely didn't have the same vibe as Flamingo,
No.
his first album, but
No,
it was
not at
it was
all.
really really something special and different, and I really enjoyed it. From that first single, I was like, "Ooh, I feel like he's maybe dipping a toe into like late '80s new wave, kind of like Duran Duran, maybe a little Flock of Seagulls."
Yeah.
And then I heard the other singles, and what's the other one? The one that I can't remember.
Still
Want You.
Still Want You.
Still Want You. I thought was pretty good. It's definitely my least favorite of the 4. I think.
You think so?
I think so.
I really like Still.
I really like
Yeah?
Still Want You. Yeah, it's
Okay.
so catchy. It's just so funky.
Yeah, it is funky.
The music video to that makes it about 5
oh
times.
really?
the
I
music
didn't see
video's
the.
really
I
cool.
didn't watch the music video.
The music
for it.
video to that one is so cool.
What happens in the video?
It's just him
Okay.
and these 2 girls, and they're just like dancing the whole time.
Yeah.
They're just
But
having a blast.
They're
it's
boogieing?
really,
Boogieing down?
it's really cool to watch. I just
No, it's cool.
you have to watch it.
Yeah, oh,
Our
definitely, I
viewers
will.
watch it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, tell us what you think of it.
Yeah.
What
as
up?
well. Tweet it.
Yeah, exactly.
Email.
Tweet at the pizza time.
Tweet at
what
Brandon
else do we
Flowers
have?
if you like.
Oh, yeah. Get Brandon Flowers on the show.
Guest appearance.
Have him hang out. Yeah.
Maybe one day, celebrities.
Maybe one of these days.
I mean, he can't deny.
No,
Can't deny my
not gonna
pizza
deny.
time.
Not gonna deny.
Not gonna deny my pizza.
But
pizza
can't deny our
time.
toppings.
so I heard
Still want you.
Still Want You.
Yes.
Yes. I'm gonna forget that song title forever. I heard that one and I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Was not immediately as good as I thought the other one was, which is Can't Deny My Love.
Yeah.
But then I heard my favorite of the four, which is my favorite Brandon Flowers song, and it's like one of the best songs I think Brandon Flowers has ever written, including his stuff with the Killers, which is Lonely Town.
Lonely Town is good.
Lonely Town
I think.
is awesome.
Well, here's what I think. Out of the four, because there's Can't Deny My Love, Still Want You, Lonely Town, and I Can Change.
Yes.
I Can Change is my least favorite out of the
Okay.
four, but I still like it. And then Can't Deny My Love is probably third. Still Want You is my second favorite. Because although I really, really like it, Lonely Town is a better song.
Lonely Town is like Lonely Town reminds me of like a B-side from Duran Duran, a Duran Duran album.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the feeling I get. I mean, even the music video is very like 80s pop. It's
Yeah,
the girl
yeah,
dancing
yeah.
in her
And
apartment.
she's even got
with
the Walkman and
yeah.
the headphones.
It's like I'm excited to hear the full album and hear its
Yeah,
flow because
yeah,
it does sound like an 80s record.
I'm excited for it.
I'm very excited.
So far, it's better than Flamingo.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, definitely. I'd say
it's only 4 songs.
There
and
were
it's still better
really
than-
only 3 or 4 songs from Flamingo that really connected with me.
Yeah.
But not to say anything bad against the album because it is a great record. It's just not. I want him to write something a little bit more like Killers. I think Flamingo was a real departure from Killers.
Yeah,
stuff.
it was definitely
A
like
real far leap. And so since we're not getting a new Killers record anytime soon, I'd say
Yeah.
happy for a Brandon Flowers record that sounds like it, more like it at least.
I really like Crossfire though.
Crossfire is
awesome.
amazing.
It's so awesome.
Is amazing. When that guitar riff kicks in, I'd sweat. Woo-wee. But speaking of music talk, if we can stay on the music talk, Paul and I have been having the discussion about Mumford & Sons' new record, which just dropped 2 weeks ago?
May the 4th, I think.
May the 4th. Really? It dropped on Star Wars Day?
I think.
Huh. Bold of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter for music, but...
Unless they're all just huge Star Wars fans.
Oh, you know. You know this, Star Wars. Dude, Little Lion Man was about the Ewoks. But so, I want to talk, just for a couple seconds, we'll talk about the Mumford record. I was initially really excited to hear that they were going to go not electronic, but electric, and have a little bit of a different sound. But then when I heard Believe, I was kind of not digging the sound too much. I thought it sounded a little generic. Paul, you still really enjoyed Believe.
I think that's my favorite on the album.
Really?
I really like that song.
Yeah. I just think it just sounds so un-Mumford, and it just kind of, it set me off.
Yeah.
The lyrics don't sound like they were written by him. They're not very poetic. I just don't feel like it definitely lacked that Mumford magic to me. At least because I was a huge fan of their folk style.
Mm-hmm.
And so now that they're going electronic, it's just electric. I keep saying electronic. Electric.
Okay.
It's just like it's a little disappointing to me. But so what were your impressions of the full album?
I mean, I guess I really need to go through and listen to the album full again. When first time I heard it, and the only time I heard it, I was just kind of in the background doing other work. But I liked what you said at first, how their first 2 albums were just so good. It was weird that this one wasn't fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It's good,
Yeah.
but the other 2 set the bar so high.
Yeah. To me, Sigh No More and Babel, their 2 previous albums, are both 10s. They're both 10 out of 10s. From front to back, they're 10 out of 10 albums. Like, some of the best music that we've seen in this century, since the 2000s. And those albums are going to define a generation of people who enjoyed pop folk.
Mm-hmm.
And Wilder Mind is a good album. By no means is it bad, but it's just good. And that's the most disappointing thing about it to me, is it's just good. Like, it had the potential to be so great, and because it's Mumford, but it just ended up falling short for me. And I think that's the most disappointing thing about it. But it's not to say I won't listen to it. Like I said, there's a few tracks, like The Wolf is brilliant.
Yeah,
it's a
really
brilliant
The
song.
Wolf.
But a lot of the tracks on the album just seem to blend together to me at the end. Nothing really stood out as being special. So yeah, that's my thoughts about the album. But I'm sure we'll differ opinions or we'll get deeper opinions from you after you listen to it thoroughly another time. All right, so I got we're sitting at 23 minutes. You guys want to banter a little bit while I pull up this article?
All right, bantering,
some banter.
Professional talking, if you like. Is that a sheep?
Just a couple of beasts.
Ballistic. So that's a little Flight of the Conchords reference for those.
FOC.
FOTC.
FOTC.
Flight of the Conchords are awesome.
FOTC. Here, I got a little surprise for our podcast audience.
Okay.
Surprise!
All right, here's.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Oh, we enjoyed it. I'm sure they loved it. Tweet us at the Pizza Time if you enjoyed that.
I'll give you
rap horn.
That little beast.
I'll give you a new sound next week if you like.
So this is a little late. This article broke on the 7th of May, so we're about a week late. But I still want to talk about this. Hugh Jackman confirms that Wolverine 3 will be his last time as the character. So the article states, and this is from comicbook.com, it says that Hugh Jackman has officially confirmed that the third Wolverine movie will be his last time playing the role that he has owned in the X-Men film franchise. Quote, "This will be my last one," Jackman said. Well, not Jackson. Point blank when asked about it on the Dr. Oz show earlier today. He says, "My last time, it just felt like it was the right time to do it. And let's be honest, 17 years. I never thought in a million years it would last. So I'm so grateful for the fans and the opportunity of playing it." End quote. So what do we think about this?
Well, I was talking with a couple of my buddies about Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Okay.
Being different from Batman, there's been so many different actors that played Batman that there's not really a one actor for it.
No, and a lot of people connect with one certain Batman. Like our generation is probably going to connect with Christian Bale's Batman the most. Like I know my parents' generation connects with Michael Keaton's Batman. So,
but as for Wolverine, there's only one Wolverine.
There's only ever been one Wolverine,
and he played it so well.
I mean, even if I'm sure, I personally think that he kind of phoned it in X3. You know, he wasn't really. I mean, no one really acted super well in X-Men 3.
Yeah.
But even when he wasn't doing his best job at acting, he was still that character because I feel like Hugh Jackman is that character.
Yep.
He just embodied that so well, and the casting guy, like I said, whoever found Hugh Jackman and like decided that he was going to be the one to be in that movie must have just popped the biggest bottle of champagne afterwards, because like no one is ever going to make that good a casting call again. Like he looks just like the character. He acts just like, even off screen, Hugh Jackman still personifies Wolverine.
It's almost the same as Tony Stark and Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be really
Tony Stark so well.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see when they recast any of the main Avengers. Like the next time Thor gets a reboot and we see a new Thor, like who are we going to see? Who's it going to be? It's not Chris Hemsworth or what? I mean, I know they did it with the Hulk, but that's happened 3 times in the last 10 years. So. But yeah, I think it's super depressing that Hugh Jackman is leaving the franchise. I mean,
it's gotta be sometime.
You gotta go at some time.
I think I was talking to you, and for a podcast, I'm pointing at Paul, and you were saying something about how his wife hated him.
Yeah,
hated how he played Wolverine.
Yeah, I heard that it really took a lot out of him.
Yeah, he was like always getting hurt.
Yeah,
just like. She was like, "You need to stop doing that."
Yeah, and they always say that like one of the worst things is that you can't enjoy hardly anything because you have to diet all the time and lift and all that stuff to be the physical state that you need to be that character. So it's just like it's tolling mentally, physically, everything pretty much. So I understand why he wants to leave, and he's pushing 50, I think, at this point. It's just really, it's going to be a weird world without him in those movies. So. And I'm wondering, they say X-Men Wolverine 3 will be his last appearance, but they don't say anything about Apocalypse. But I'm pretty sure he was already confirmed to be in that. So
yeah,
I'm assuming we've got 2 Wolverine movies left
with Hugh Jackman.
Well,
the last one, or was it the last one? What was the last?
Days of Future Past.
Okay, that's the one where they go back in time.
Yes.
Okay.
They send Wolverine back in time to the old X-Men. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I had that right. Tenses, past and present. Continue.
Okay, so not the most recent X-Men movie to come out, but the last one that I saw.
That was just the Wolverine?
No.
Oh,
Just
okay.
like the last X-Men I've
First
seen.
class?
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Are you talking about his cameo?
Yes, yeah. That was really funny.
hilarious.
That was really funny. But like that's the most recent one that I've seen.
Yeah, and that's one of the best film cameos ever,
Yeah.
by the way. History
Yeah.
being made in that
Just
movie.
walk up to him. Neat.
Neat.
All right.
See you later.
See
And
ya.
they just turn around. It's the best.
Yeah. Well, I love how even Professor X
Yeah.
doesn't even go for him.
Nope. The smartest
He's like,
man in the world
it's
is just
not
like,
worth it.
Nope.
it's not worth
He's
it.
just gonna wreck us. Like,
Yeah. So
don't want to mess with this guy.
So I would have liked to. My one thing with this is that he's being kind of hush hush about the whole leaving the franchise thing. He's not specifying exactly the details of his contract or whatever, however long he has. But if he's saying Wolverine 3 is his last one, then I guess it's his last one. But I was holding out for him to be in Avengers.
Oh, yeah?
I was really holding out for it because Wolverine was
cool.
an Avenger, but Fox owns the rights to Wolverine to X-Men. So it's going to be impossible for them to do a crossover. But if it ever happened, I wanted to see Hugh Jackman be that in that crossover.
They should have done that instead of the Wolverine 3. I don't know why they're doing Wolverine 3.
I think it'll be fine.
I mean, honing in on just Wolverine to get 3 movies to himself?
He's like
He's the best X-Men.
He's the main.
Still, 3?
Yeah.
He could do 1. The first one I thought was really cool.
You
The
like the
second one-
Origins?
Yeah.
I didn't.
I didn't like the second one.
Really, I liked the second one a lot.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool. What didn't you like about the second one?
I guess it didn't jump out at me.
Yeah.
I saw it once in theater, and I was like, well, if I want to see Wolverine just kicking ass, I'll watch X-Men Origins Wolverine. I thought it was
Yeah.
cooler. I don't know.
I thought the visuals in Origins were a little shoddy. Some of the CG was a little rough. I thought the Wolverine was really like stunt based. It looked more like X-Men 1 and 2 than it did X-Men 3, and I think I like that about it. I also like the setting a lot. They were in China or Japan, I can't. But they were over there and they were riding like the bullet train and like all that stuff. I thought it was kind of cool. But yeah, so Wolverine is going to be gone soon, and I think that's sad for anyone really who's playing it. But
Any X-Men fan?
yeah,
Wolverine fan?
All right, well, we're running out of time. We're going to keep this one short. Before we go, we're going to talk about... So last week on our pilot return, we introduced the PlayStation Games of the Month show, where we're going to talk about the games we've been playing for free on PlayStation Plus. We're not going to give our full reviews today. We're just going to say which ones we've been playing and which ones we've been digging the most. No in-depth analysis. We'll save that for when we do the end of the month show.
Okay.
But, so the free games, to refresh everyone's memory, the free games of the month were Guacamelee, Ho-Hokum, Race the Sun, Ether 1, and The Unfinished Swan. So 5 games for the PS4. This is kind of like the craziest month that we decided to do this on, because usually it's only 3. So we really set the bar high.
We're back.
Hey, we're back. We're back in style, man. Back with a bang. So what have we played? Let's go around and say what we've been playing of the 5.
Okay.
Aaron?
I've been playing Race the Sun and Guacamelee. And that's pretty much it. I've played Ether 1 and Unfinished Swan. I haven't played Ho-Hokum yet.
Okay.
But I haven't played a lot of Ether or Swan.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing a lot of Guacamelee and
a lot of
not
Race the Sun.
as much Race the Sun, but I've been playing more Race the Sun.
And Paul, have you been touching any of them?
I mean, I've played Ho-Hokum before.
Yeah. We played it together once for about 35 or 40 minutes. But I'd really like you to jump into that and give it like a couple hours to just mess around with.
But mostly, I've been playing with Aaron. We would do co-op on Guacamelee, and it's so much fun.
It is a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I had played Guacamelee on the PS3 when it originally came out. Then I replayed it on the Vita a year and a half ago when I went on a trip. And then I'm now replaying it again on the PS4. And just to get my trophies again, I want to get the trophies. And all the new DLC content for the PS4. So I beat Guacamelee again on the PS4. I've been slowly working my way through Unfinished Swan. I've been playing that one a little bit. Little bursts. Race the Sun, I beat the hell out of. Like, I can't upgrade my ship anymore. I'm pretty much done with Race the Sun.
Yeah, it's just getting high score at this point.
It's just beating...
That game is a lot of fun.
And Apocalypse mode.
What's that one?
You haven't unlocked Apocalypse mode?
No.
Ooh.
I haven't played that much, I guess.
Once you get to a certain amount of... once you get to a certain level, you unlock Apocalypse mode, which is basically the same thing except for just it's crazy. Okay. It's just like they throw everything they got at you. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like... I mean,
it is.
Probably one of the best parts of that game is just... There's just stuff coming at you, and you just
whoa!
You just gotta dodge it as out of nowhere.
It's a lot like Rogue Legacy with Paul and I. Paul and I really got into Rogue Legacy, and I would just put that game on after school, and I would just put on music. And I would just play Rogue Legacy and listen to music, and that's what I'm doing with Race the Sun. Fun. I'll just put on a Mumford album or put on the new 21 Pilots record, and I'll listen through that and just play some Race the Sun. So I'm really enjoying Race the Sun. Guacamelee, people know, is like one of my favorite games on the PlayStation. Ether 1 I played literally 2 minutes of, and I started it while I was watching a TV show, and I was like, I kind of want to focus on Ether 1 and not this show, so I stopped Ether 1, and I'll pick it up sometime later. And then Hohokam I played pretty extensively.
I haven't played that yet, but I'm going to pick it up at some point. But before the end of the month, before our final analysis.
Mm-hmm, final analysis. And we'll let you guys know when we decide to do the PlayStation Plus Games of the Month podcast, but that'll be towards the end of the month. It'll probably be the last week of the month, actually. And if you want any more updates on that, you can follow us at The Pizza Time on Twitter. Or you can follow me at Zach Rotello on Twitter. And you can follow Aaron at, what is your Twitter handle?
2bit Matheus.
2bit_ Matheus, right?
No, it's just 2bit.
It's just 2bit Matheus?
I think it's just 2bit Matheus.
Are you sure about that? I think there's an underscore in there.
It might be. I don't know.
Underscore.
I don't know when I look at my
name.
Matheus. Let me figure this out real fast. I want to be honest to our fans.
Yeah.
We don't want to give you false information.
Yeah, it's 2bit_ Matheus.
It is underscore. Okay.
Yeah. So 2bit _ Matheus.
Or just go to the Pizza Time and it'll just be right there.
Yep, there you go. But thank you guys for joining us on this episode 2 of season 2. So 2.2 if you want to, if you're a Windows geek or whatever. Which we didn't get to talk about Windows this week, so we'll have to catch that up next week. Yep. But I wanted to talk about Windows 10 with Paul, because it kind of blew up my computer.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Classic.
Had to do some resets, had to do some updates. But yeah, so follow us on Twitter, email us at pizzatimepodcast@gmail.com if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you want to just talk to us. We're more than happy to take your questions or talk about what you guys want to talk about. We're here for you.
We're here to talk.
And love. I think that's the end of this episode, and we're wrapping it up. Is there anything else you guys would like to say before we close this one out?
One love.
Please enjoy your Gilpins.
Oh, won't you please?